When you look into the back and you see the AI, you can see there's distance. You have to see more distance in our angles. So what we're going to start right now is about number 10. Number 10 has been retired. Number 10 is now in the rafters. Now rafters, you take a raft, you go onto the water, right? So has number 10 become that fish again? How we sprung out between the sperm and the egg, and we brought to the land, we brought the egg from the sea creature, from the worm. So is that why we call it April Fools? Right? Does anybody know that April 1st is the 91st day of the year? The word spirit is 91. It becomes 92 in the 4th year leap year. Creation of the mirrored planets. Here is a time clock. 1224 is actually a mathematic situation where 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 will equal 9 and 8, 17. 9 times 8, 9 plus 8, 72, 17. So you have the Venus gates and you have the spirit gate. This one only can show up in one area, and that would be this dice over here. When you have both sides of this, and when you have both sides of this, there's an equation. It goes from A to E, from A to E, equaling to 15O, and then the extremity of the dice goes A to F, equaling to 21U, and OEUF, number 47, equals to egg and energy, also time. It is actually, energy is 74. This is the reverse of energy. So maybe it's what passes through. So number 10 gets retired. When 10 gets retired, we have to go through to 17, 18, 19. Then we will go to 77, 78, 79. And then we will go to 97, 98, 99. So when that gets retired, we have to understand these numbers. One of the things is that 60, okay, 45 tied up to 52 equaling to 97, the fox pass, the 20 and 9 birth to the 10 and 7 equals to 17, the gate. 29 and 17. $87 into the gate. What goes into the gate? 18 and 11. 29, that is your birth in the heavens of Venus. This is the K letter. I don't really know what to say for this. I just know I always associate this with the Venus birth because it's 29. It's not 91 or 19, which would be the spirit birth, okay, which is created from, first you get 16, then you get 13, the half-life, and then this will turn into 19, so it gets inverted in itself. The only way to get 29, there's 29 or 92, which also represents yellow and black like the bee, is through 16, which becomes a 7 and 6, which becomes 42 and 13. Why do I always stop into the plus worlds and not into the X world, 7 times 6? Because the X world is, here's my first part, and here's my second part, right? They're not the same. And here's my third part. So in the first part, you have one area split into 4. So this is 25% if you want to go, or 75% broken up. Which way do you want to look at it? It's been broken up into 4. So it's 4 by 25. The invert of this is 75, but it's not. So how should we look at this? Let's just leave it alone for now. When we make it this big, okay, each one has been divided in half, and they have a central meeting point. So it's half, 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 but now you have an open, uninterrupted space between this division over here. So you have 2 halves equaling to 1, 2 halves equaling to 1, 2 halves equaling to 1, 2 halves equaling to 1. That's what I call the gateway, 5 and 2, Earth's heart, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, but it's all discussable. Now what I do is I'm going to add a third this. Can I add this to this? Can I add this to this? Well, it's right here. And then the other ones are on the outside. So I have added this to this, creating this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. See, I only added 1 to it. I didn't add a whole one, right? So now you have this. This is what I call 33. This is what I call 22. The total is your 55 freedom. Why do I call this 122? 2 by 2, 3 by 3. This is 6 and 9. This is 4 and 4. Area, space, and rotation of the birth in the torchlight of the sun. 33. 9 times 6 equals to 54, the value to the sun, which brings in the 29, 18, and 11, the spirit in the heaven. We become, seems like we become that lit sun. That's what it seems like, because this is the birth through 9. Which number are we? We're the 6 of the 9, the power of the light. We are the holders of that torch in creation through what is the sun, and that those numbers together will create love, and they're all polars to each other. 7, 11. Okay, 8 and 10 representing the octagon for October, and 99 representing 13 and Jupiter, which is also 13 by 13 equals 169, which brings on man 28. I'm going to explain this to you. The word man in letters is valued at 28. To become a man, you must be 13 years of age, and it'll bring in 169 moons, right? And since it's X, right, it'll be in different sectors, and there's going to be 1/4 sector and half sectors. This is also going to be plus 26. The plus 26, something like that, because 13 and 13 at the end is 195, AE and I. 51 for Mars, 91 for the spirit. There is no 95, but there is a 14 for your DNA, which is something like that. 1 corner, 2 corners, 3 corners, 4 corners. Anyways, that's questionable. I have the cat in my way. But what I want to tell you is that there's a hockey player that passed away, and he was called the Flower, right? He was also called the Demon as he skated down to the right wing. So he played right wing. And there were 2 devils or defense. And one was number 19, and it was a bird. It was L and R, left and right, Larry Robinson. And then there was number 18, right, which was SS, Freedom, Serge Savard, the Heaven Spirit, inside the torchlight 1 and 6 from both ends. But there's a meeting place inside 1 and 6, and that is D, E, and F. That is your federation, 4, 5, and 6. You can find it in the game of cribbage, where it's a 5-point payout. You can find it knowing that the Deaf Federation, it is what connects A and E to B and F. And if you notice, B and F in the piano are special. They have no black keys to the right. I'm not sure who was playing left wing, but since we're talking about right wings, now we should know the number to the left wing in order to create more formation in this. So what happened is Guy Lafleur, when he passes away, he was number 10. So since we're in the time of reflection and creation through what I see in my life, we now have to go through Jupiter and 86. Also number 13. The reason we go through 13 is the word 13 is 55 and 44. Now 55 is going to be created through 16, through the Spirit. It also been created through the half-life, number 16. A 99 will create what is the spirit of the heavens. And REICHE, the angel of Ra, through the cube. Here's your 17. Through this, it's the heavens' birth. Birth in the heavens through the gate was the torch of light. This will be this is one part of the student, the multiplication 7 by 9, and it also presents the half-life 1 and 6. It is the gateway to the birth. Why I say that is 7 times 9 equals to 36. That is also going to create what I'm trying to find out, that the two letters that belong to the sun are I and R, 99. There's ways to create it as 18. There's ways to create it as 27. When you create it at 18, you're talking about the 1 dot and the 8 void. When you create it from 27, you're talking about the 2 dot and the 7 void. Okay, to create 27, it'll take the 3 dot and the 6 void. And in the deck of cards, 6, 7, and 8 are the same. And why I say this is because this will 3 times 6 is 18, and the letter R, 3 plus 6, okay, equals 9, okay, and the letter I, it's the only 2 letters in the family in the alphabet. All the others are 3. So the 2 belong to the sun, and the 3 belong to Venus. There are, I don't know, are there any, no, there's no 3 letters on anything, but the telephone did throw, okay, the telephone did throw okay, PQRS together and WXYZ. So they did throw these together as 70 and 98. 168 the hours in the week, but was removed and was removed over to 53 and 72, equaling to 125, 5 by 5 by 5. The E-World Connect. This will create pi, 14 and 9, 15 and 8. Do you notice that the 9 and 8, the birth in the heavens, 3.1415, 9265, heaven's birth in the memory, the mind, 512, 85, 888, 555, multiply it, you'll get 512, 125. Earth, Mars, Yo, the student is born. So when we had 2 letters, it was the sun. When we had 3 letters, it was Venus. When we had 4 letters, it was 108. So it would have been 81 of Venus and 27, which would be 1/3 the beta gates. Why do I do it this way? Because it's all set up as 3 and 1, and then 1 and 3. That's the way it is. So how did we get the 7th day of rest? 1, 3, 3, 1. 11 times 11 times 11 equals 1331. But the thing about the cube is we might have to work with 2 cubes minimum, because this cube goes 1, 2, 3. And after 3, it's a complete 180 degrees. So I believe that 1 cube worked on 1, 2, 3, while the other cube worked on 4, 5, and 6. And then there was a 3rd cube because they called the game Sickbo. And now you have your 1331, and now you have your rotation in the sun between 1 and 1. So what happens now is in French, 77, which will become the student as well. It is also the beta gates, the Venus B gates. And this is the heavens gate in the B gates. There's now 2 cubes. And this is a passage. What happens in this passage is you go up this way, over, up, and this, right? And then down here, okay, when you go down, you get the 7 here. Then you go to 9 and 11, 13. At the same time, while you're doing that, this has to go here. I'm just doing it quick. We're at 15 minutes. I'm a little bit tired. So we go up to here, we go over. And if you take a look at this, it's Y over Y. And in between, I believe somehow there's a Z. And I don't only have it here, but I also have it somewhere down there. If you take a look, right in the center where the hexagon is, right? The Y is sort of carrying over to the X. From one side to the other side, it's transferring. So what happens also is I would go 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and then I go 13, 11, 9, and I'd have the 15 here at the point. So the point down here is 7, 1, and then I'd have to come one more area down here to get that point, and that 1, when I'm going down, I'm moving down by 2s, right? So if I get 1 over here, take away 2, I would be at 8. So I'd be at 8 on this side, and I'd be at 15 on this side. So that's the 8 ball with the 15 ball. So where's the 7 ball? Over here is 1 and 1. Here's the 13 ball, the 14 ball. The 14 ball will connect the 13 to the 15. So the 14 ball, number 5, will connect number 4 and 6. As to on the bottom house, on the lower house, number 6 connected 5 and 7. 6 connects 57, and over here 5 connects 46. This is 12, this is 10, 1, and I have to think about this. Anyways, yeah, just to note that 97 and 77, gate and gate, birth at gate, birth in heaven, birth and birth. I don't know what they all mean. I have to see a little bit deeper because the numbers recreate other numbers. This will create the spirit in the heavens, 18 and 81, and will create what is REICHE, the letter R or Ra, heaven's birth of alpha beta. And I say that because the letter R, the design, is made up of 1 and 2, and I won't go away from it because the Mayans are using it too. Okay, the other thing is, it is number 18, 666, explaining 3 cubes, explaining 33, creation of the sun, and what pi is all about, dividing an area space. This is the 777 world, and I'm going to be doing some multiplication, 7 times 7 times 7. I'm going to do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Obviously, you can't multiply nothing, so it's a minimum of 2 in order to create. 16, 17, 18. When you get to 77, it becomes 14, 15, and 16. So these numbers, 7, 8, and 9, happen a total of 9 times in French. Okay, but 1 through 6, okay, do not happen. They only happen 7 times. 1 through 6, okay, 1 through 6 times 7. And then 7, 8, 9 times 9. The reason for that is because when they say 6 next to 7, they say 10, 7 in French. They will say 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9, right? And when they say 16, they'll go 16. It's one word, so they don't pronounce the 6. So they're only going to do 16 3 times. Let me see. Did I get that right? No, sorry. I think. Hold on a second. You say 1 through 9, and then you say 21 through 29, and 31 through 39, and then 41 through 49, and 51 through 59, and 61 through 69. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that's it. And then you say the 17, you'll say it 3 times, and the 18, you'll say it 3 times, and the 19, you'll say it 3 times. When it comes to 20, you will say it 5 times. Oh, you will say it 6 times, if I get that right, 20. Why? Because when you say 20, okay, you will say 20, and you're going to say 4 times 20, and then you're going to say 4 times 20 plus 10. So you're going to say 4 times 20, you're going to say 1 times 20, and you're going to say 4 times 20 plus 10. That's 6 times 20s you're saying it. When you say it at the number 20, when you say it at the number 80 is 4 times 20, and when you say it at 9, when you add 10 to it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. So we have from 14 all the way to 19. So QR code, QR 99 QR code. So this one, I'm just trying to see. So this one is where the gate is in the high heaven. Raphael, this one here, you can split the gates with 99. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. That's it? Nothing to say? Go to sleep, please. I love you. Go to sleep. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. You're falling deep asleep. Deep, 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 deep. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Welcome to the 7th gate. 6 months counting down.